So, quick question. Where does your electricity actually come from? Like, you flip a switch, charge your phone, run a load in the laundry, but where's that power coming from? Right now, probably a massive power plant that's like 50 miles away, burning coal or natural gas. These things are old, like some were built before your parents or your parents' parents were born, and they're not exactly great for the environment. But here's where it gets interesting. What if instead of getting power from some ancient plant across the state, it came from your neighbor's roof? Or even your own roof? Sounds weird, but this is actually happening right now and it's changing everything. I'm here to break down this idea called decentralized energy. Basically, a system where regular people can generate and store their own electricity. The crazy part is that the economics of it actually makes sense now. So everyone knows that solar and wind are good for the planet, right? No emissions, free fuel from nature, plus solar panels have gotten cheap. We're talking $38 to $78 per megawatt hour. That's way less than building a new coal or gas plant. But there's a massive problem, and it's basically a timing issue. You see, solar panels only work when the sun's out. Wind turbines only work when it's windy. It sounds obvious, but it creates a huge headache for the power grid. Because think about when you actually use electricity. Probably not at noon on a Sunday, Tuesday when you're at school. You're using it in the evening when you're coming home, turning on the lights, cooking dinner, doing homework, or gaming. By then, the solar production is dropped to basically zero, and in some places, up to 15% of renewable energy just gets straight up wasted during the day because there's too much power when no one needs it. That's like when your phone battery starts draining for absolutely no reason. The old power grid wasn't designed for this. It was built for coal plants that run 24/7, not for solar and wind that start and stop randomly. So, how do we actually fix this? Engineers figured out that you need three things working together. First, variable renewable energy. That's your solar and wind. Now, these are the cheapest forms of new electricity generation. Solar costs have dropped around 90% in the last decade, and that's why you're seeing these panels everywhere now. Second, clean, firm power. This is renewable energy that's available on demand, doesn't matter if it's sunny or windy. Think geothermal, which uses heat from deep underground, or small modular nuclear reactors. These provide steady baseline power 24/7. And third, energy storage systems. Basically, giant batteries. These are going to soak up our excess solar power during the day when it would be getting wasted and then release it at night when everyone actually needs it. The key insight is that you need all three of these working together. It's not about picking one technology, it's about building a smart portfolio. Like diversifying your investments, but for electricity. Now, let me show you how this actually works in real life. California just completely changed their solar policy, and the results have been great. Under the old system, which was called net metering, if you had solar panels, the power company paid you full retail price for any extra electricity you sent back to the grid, about 30 cents per kilowatt hour. That sounds pretty good, right? But here's the problem with that. They paid you the same rate whether you sent power at noon, when there's already a ton of solar flooding the grid, or at 6 p.m. when everyone desperately needs the electricity and it's actually valuable. So, in April of 2023, California switched to a net billing plan. Now you get paid based on the actual market value of electricity at that specific time. The differences are wild. Midday export, maybe 5 cents per kilowatt hour. Evening peak water hours, you're getting up to $3.78. This creates a massive financial incentive. So instead of selling your solar power for basically nothing during the day, you'd want to store it in a battery and then use it during those expensive earning hours. You're essentially time shifting your electricity to when it's worth 50 times more. Now, before you think this is a perfect solution, we do need to talk about some serious problems. First of all, materials. Building these solar panels and batteries require rare earth minerals like lithium, cobalt, and other elements, and we just don't have unlimited supplies of this stuff. Secondly, what happens when this material reaches end of life? Solar panels last anywhere from 25 to 30 years. Wind turbine blades are made from composite materials that basically can't be recycled with current technology. It all just ends up in landfills. If we're going to build a truly sustainable energy system, we can't just solve the carbon problem and create a massive waste problem instead. We need a circular economy solutions, or designing equipment for disassembly and recycling from the start. Here's the bottom line. Transitioning from clean energy isn't just about slapping solar panels everywhere. You need a smart policy that reflects actual market conditions, and you need a mix of technologies working together. You have to plan for the entire life cycle. Thank you for watching my video.